Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I think people are starting to become addicted to me unboxing these things. We had about 600, 700 people earlier before I put this box up on the table. I left for dinner, and then of course the night pressed on. Still have quite a few hundred people watching right now, just because I put the box on the table, which is always fun. This is the Logitech Z5500 with, at peak, can pull about, or push about 1,000 watts of power. THX, if I can say it, THX certified. Dolby Digital Pro Logic 2, DTS. Basically, this is a good sound system. Now, one of the first warnings, since you're likely going to be connecting this to a PC, is this. Now, you can't read it, but it says, good fortune. Well, this is a big fortune cookie, basically. Caution, the subwoofer contains powerful magnets. Keep it at least 2 feet away from other electronic devices, such as PCs, monitors, or TVs. So, it looks like I'm going to keep at least 60 centimeters away from the PC. And, you know, I can tell you, where I would have put it would have likely been too close. So, I'm hoping that the cable to the subwoofer will stretch as far as I need it to stretch. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do some other juggling around. Not exactly an unboxing experience like an Apple product, to tell you, the guide is kind of crunched, bunched up, like they kind of threw it in as an afterthought. And you wonder why Apple is pulling ahead in the consumer electronics market. Now, one of the things that I had to get specifically for these speakers was an optical cable, because the Mac Pro doesn't have a typical 7.1 sound card that you might have on a PC, but it does have optical audio in and out, so that's why I ended up upgrading my speakers, which were a few years old, but they're still good, to this particular set. And the set of speakers also comes with a remote control, which is kind of nice. It's going to take some configuring here. Alright, let's see here. Center channel, side channels, rear channels. Alright. I'm looking here. I'm kind of like looking over the map here. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. Okay. Digital coax connection. Ooh, nice. Not like I'm going to use that or anything, because I'm using the optical connection. That'll be easy. So instead of messing with like 3 cables, you only have to mess with 1, at least in terms of the connection to it. But I could also, I believe, connect it to any other, like having an aux input. I can connect it to this little remote control so I can play anything through it, including my Tenorion, I believe, as well as potentially anything that takes, anything with a mini jack, like an iPod, an iPhone, etc. So now, this thing is heavy. Probably shouldn't have my computer sitting, exactly in the stuff. I'm gonna put it down now. Because this computer, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. The speakers have installed Linux on my Mac. You're not kidding when you gotta keep this thing pretty far away. So well, I guess it could be worse. Could have installed Windows Millennium Edition. Bob. Caution, please lift here. Okay. Jeez, crackers. 90% of this, I kid you not, 90% of this is the subwoofer. They're not kidding. Holy cow. Dang. Woo! Ho ho! Whoa. Whoa. This ain't no joke, dude. This is not a joke. I can't even lift it up. It's heavy. It's big. Wow. Whoa. Okay, how the hell are we gonna pull this off? Okay. There's the AC adapter. Alright. This is going to take some... Sorry guys, I'm just going to be off camera for a minute. because I got it's the crap that it came with. And it's not. Yeah, the rest of the speakers are here. I can lift up with 2 fingers. Subwoofer, not so much. Okay. This subwoofer is no joke. Okay, how am I gonna... And thank God, Ponzi just moved her office to the other side of the house. Otherwise, yeah, her office used to be like right down below. No kidding. All right, let's see what kind of construction we're looking at here. Now these satellite speakers should be magnetically shielded, at least in theory. Okay, this isn't too bad. A lot of the electronics in my office are white, silver, or black. Most of them are silver or black, so that's a good thing. You know, really, I don't know why they do this. Oh, wait. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I've got speaker cable. Should be, at least it came with it, so it should be shielded enough, which is nice. Looks like aux in and digital connections there. Oops, there's a center channel. See if it came with an optical. No, it did not come with an optical. Caution, static bags can be dangerous. They're right. Absolutely right. Blah, 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 blah. Crap. Yeah, good speaker cable to get a good experience. Well, you know, I wouldn't say this looks like high quality speaker cable. I mean, I certainly have, like, better speaker cable around, but show the sub. Okay, I will in a second. But center channel is going up there at the top. I always put the center channel up back there. I could put it back behind the monitor, but it's usually get better sound if I put it up top. I'm selling my old Creative Inspire 6.1 6600s for probably about $100. But anyway, this gauge, it's not, I wouldn't say the best. I mean, it looks kind of like stock speaker wire. It's just kind of like, you know, same old, same old. It's not going to be bad. It should do the job. I'm not going to worry about it. If it comes with it, you know, out of the box, then unless the reviews say otherwise, I'm just going to stick with it. Because I've got higher gauge wire, and to tell you the truth, I'm not a total audiophile. You know, I can hear the difference in good audio or bad audio, certainly, but I'm not like, I can't detect, you know, very subtle things, largely because I have, you know, really bad hearing, no doubt. Okay, so this has got to be close enough to the subwoofer. Here's the controller as I untangle this web of twisty ties, and it really starts to make you appreciate the lengths that some companies will go through to declutter all this plastic and junk if they don't need it. I mean, I'm not saying they don't need it, but they could, you know, at least they didn't force me to open one of those plastic packages things and slice myself silly. Okay, so, oops, take that out for my optical link. Here we go. Here's the controller. And you can flip between inputs, effects, there's the settings, level, and mute. Big mute button right there, power. And on the back you've got your various inputs, your 6-channel direct. That's what you might see here. Hey, there we go. I'm sorry, I tilted it off a little bit. There it looks like your digital. That's your coax. There, it's a coax. Although there's no threading on that coax. Then your optical, and then 6-channel direct switch for the stereo 1, 2, 3. So I'm likely just going to keep it on the. It's a free spinning knob. It's tight on the front there. It stands pretty well. I mean, it looks solid enough. It doesn't feel like, you know, a really cheap piece of hardware, which I think is a good thing. The cable then almost looks like a serial connection, likely is. That will plug into the back of the subwoofer. It's more like an RCA cable. Okay, well then I guess that makes sense. Every time I see coax, I always think of, like, you know, coaxial cable that you take out of your TV. So how the hell am I going to do this? I should have a long enough speaker wire to pull off the positioning, but this subwoofer is so big. Okay, here. How big is it? Okay, so I'm going to break one of my cardinal rules and actually move the camera here to show you. There is the subwoofer. As long as I don't move this thing. The camera might fall over. I don't know. It's like, if it does, this will make a hilarious video. This is big. This is like so big. It's like the length of my, well, kind of like from there to there. And it's heavy. Want me to get measuring tape out? Fine. It is 13 inches. Drill by, well, 17 if you count what appears to look like a heat sink of sorts off the back. There's where the speaker wire attaches, control, master, and cable. Ooh boy! And then the front of it, as I turn it around, because you're going to see me move this around. Probably shouldn't be dragging it across the floor, but oh well. When this house is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Move that out of the way. I keep my tripod behind the curtain because, you know, there's really no other place to put it. Okay. It's big. She's a honker. She's friggin' huge. So huge, my pants are falling down. Right. Taco Bell, run for the border. Anybody up for a border run? Alright. This is what my floor looks like, by the way. Not like you ever cared. Alright. Here. Wow, that actually works amazingly well, all things considered. I've got my phone sitting over here on the stand where my printer, scanner, copier, all-in-one HP LaserJet, the famed HP LaserJet, that caused me much pain and heartache in Windows Vista, sits. Then the controller I'm going to have back here, right next to it, so it's always kind of like an arm length away. And just like turn it over here, I'm good to go. Oops. And I have one more out. Oh, great. What the hell? Here's a remnant. I'm sorry, I just pulled out a remnant of my old speaker system. Which was, like I said, it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was that bad. Here's yet another remote control. Which will control, give me the speaker test button. There's a test button right there. You can see it. Power, direct optical coax, so I can switch between all the inputs. So I'll be able to run my Tenorion and my Chord K oscillator through it, which is great. I can increase sub, center, and surround effects on the fly. Change the effects on the fly. This is pretty nice. I also happen to have a Harmony remote that I may have to start using again, just because the amount of remote controls that I have here are starting to skyrocket. Batteries. And then the speakers that are suited to be, this is kind of neat how they did this. I can mount them on the wall, and they're the holes. I can mount it on the wall if I wanted to. Here we go. Or, as I am going to do, turn it around and it becomes a base. So it's either base or a wall mount. That's actually pretty genius engineering, if you ask me. Feels pretty heavy. Let's see if I've got a specific place. No, they're all pretty much going to be the same thing then, other than the center channel, which usually doesn't see a lot of action. It's different, but you can see the mount actually points it downward, which, as I said, is going to work quite well. But this one swivels up or down, and I'm likely going to have it face down. That's how I keep my audio like up at the top there. As you see me walking around with my pants. No matter. As soon as I get this thing put together, I guess we'll do the sound test with these speakers. And I don't know if you really need to see my face anymore. I mean, all you need to see is that thing. I mean, it's not a thing. I mean, it's just going to be very loud. I'm going to wake up the neighbors. So if any neighbors are watching, I apologize for all the noise that's about to come from my house. Any old way, if you want to see me unboxing something else, or if you want to join our chat to talk about hardware, software, saving money on buying things through tagjag.com, you're welcome to stop by. Our chat room is right down there. You can join it. You can be a part of that right down there. You can be a part of that if you want to. Just stop by our website, which is underneath this logo here. Do you see it? It's underneath this logo, not the measuring tape here. See, it's under there. I can't point directly to it because I can't point through the logo. Anyway, in case you're listening to the audio file, we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.